divide with whole numbers and fractions. So whole numbers can be turned into fractions by putting them over 1. Example 1. To control her pain, Irina used light therapy for 4 total hours in 1 month. If each treatment was 2/3 of an hour, how many light therapy treatments did Irina use? So we're going to go 4 divided by 2/3 to get us our solution. Now we're going to take this whole number, make it a fraction by putting it over 1. Then we're going to make this a multiplication problem. So we're going to go 4 over 1 times 3 over 2, because we're taking the reciprocal of the second fraction here. And now we can go ahead and multiply what's on the top, and we multiply what's on the bottom. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 2 is 2. Now notice the top and bottom can be divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we're left with just 6. So that is how many light therapy treatments Irina will go ahead and do to get to the total hours of 4. So let's go ahead and look at the next example. Example 2. Josh suggested to his patient to do 18 hours of therapy in the next month. If each therapy session is 5/6 of an hour, how many sessions will the patient do in the 1 month? So we're left with, 18 divided by 5/6. We're going to change this into a fraction by putting it over 1. Then we're going to change this into a multiplication. So we have 18 over 1 times 6 over 5. And let's go ahead and now multiply. We have 18 times 6. Well, 18 times 6. 6 times 8 is 48. Put the 8 below, carry the 4. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. So we have 108, then over 1 times 5, so that's 5. And that would be our solution. Now another way we could have done this, if we round this, here's like a little trick just to kind of see. So if we round 18, to the nearest 10, so that's 20, go ahead and multiply that. Well, if we know 20 times 6, that's a little bit easier to do in our heads, That's 120. Now we notice that we need to go ahead and subtract 2 from every time we did it. So 2 times 6 is 12. We can subtract the 12 and we get, 108, which is what we got right there. And so there are some, sometimes people can just do this mentally in their head, or it's a way to also kind of double check to make sure your answer is logically making sense. Because 20 times 6, should be close to, this 18 times 6, And so that's just a way you can kind of do it in your head just to make sure you're on the right path.